For more than a decade, Little Warriors has gathered for the annual Be Brave Luncheons, bringing community together to protect children, support survivors, and champion hope and healing. This year, they've announced the keynote speaker will be Elizabeth Smart, a survivor of kidnapping and leading advocate for child safety and recovery. Joining us this morning is Little Warriors CEO Dr. Wanda Polzin Holman and advocate, author, and survivor Elizabeth Smart. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Elizabeth, I'll direct the first question to you. You've shared your story with incredible courage over the years. Looking back, what has healing meant to you beyond just surviving?
Healing for me has meant reclaiming my life, becoming the person that I always imagined and wanted to be, and really trying to live the life that I wanted to live. My family always talked about you should leave the world a better place than you found it, and I certainly hope that I have that legacy for myself.
It's beautiful. What do you wish more people really understood about the long-term impact of trauma on kids and youth?
Many people think that as soon as a child or an individual is rescued, that is the end of their story, that there is nothing left to do. But when we see these organizations like Little Warriors going on to support them, going on to help them, that makes such a massive difference, because unfortunately the trauma doesn't end once a child is taken out of that situation. It can be years in healing. It can be years in therapy. It can take years for them to really process what has happened to them, realize that they still are valuable, that they are still worthy of love, that they are still worthy of every good thing in life. And these organizations are just essential to every community.
So there's a lot of focus right now on prevention and making sure adults are better informed. What role do you think adults and communities play in actually preventing abuse?
This should be actions that are taken, and not just taken once, but are ongoing. There are conversations that can be had right now that should be continuing. I mean, even so young as when you first start talking to your children. I mean, we're all like, where are your eyes? Where are your nose? Where's your mouth? But we should extend those conversations to include all body parts and not connecting shame to them. So heaven forbid, if anything ever happens to them, they can describe what happened to them without feeling an associated shame to saying the actual anatomical body parts.
Great advice. Of course, we're chatting with you ahead of the Little Warriors Luncheons, which support survivors. Why do you think it's so important for communities like this to come together and support organizations like Little Warriors?
There is already such a deep degree of shame that survivors feel over what's happened to them that really can stop them from living life. And that's probably one of the greatest tragedies I see, is the loss of life. I mean, they're still breathing, their bodies are still functioning, but they're not living. And doesn't everyone deserve a chance at happiness? And isn't it important for us all to be reminded that there are more good people in this world than there are bad people? And I really feel like organizations like Little Warriors really embody that. And they can't do it alone. This is such a hard topic to tackle, and it's one that I think many people don't want to think about, because nobody wants to think about a child being hurt. Nobody wants to think about that darker side of life, and yet these are people who show up day in and day out, taking on case after case after case, helping so many survivors, but they can't do that just running on air. They need everyone's support.
Okay. I'll turn my attention now over to Dr. Polzin Holman. Of course, Elizabeth speaking at these luncheons, we got a snippet of it there, an absolutely incredible advocate. How else will this event help Little Warriors?
Well, first of all, I think everything that Elizabeth is talking about definitely resonates with us and the work that we do at Little Warriors and the Be Brave Ranch, as well as within our Prevent It program. So we're just thrilled to have the opportunity to bring awareness to child sexual abuse, both in Edmonton as well as Calgary, through our luncheons. And we're thrilled that Elizabeth is collaborating with us on this.
Okay. Wanda and Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us this morning. That information, again, is just a snippet of what will be showcased at the annual Be Brave Luncheons by the Little Warriors. Those are happening in Edmonton on May 6th at the Edmonton Convention Centre and in Calgary on May 8th at the Calgary TELUS Convention Centre. The luncheons run from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. For more information and to get your tickets, you can visit them online at littlewarriors.ca.